Here we're asked to rewrite each of the following expressions as a single simplified fraction. So these problems here are a little annoying, I think, sometimes because it's a lot of busy work to just make sure that these things are correct. A lot of little places that we could make mistakes, but what I'm going to do for this first one here is I'm going to simplify this part here first. So I'm going to get a common denominator by changing 1 into y over y. Then I will combine the tops here, y minus x over y. Because I have a common denominator, I can combine those. And then I'll do the same thing with this right side here. So changing 1 into y over y so that I have a common denominator, and then combining those on the top and bottom. And so we are being asked to multiply these things together. The nice part here is when I multiply the bottom, it's pretty straightforward. We got y times y is y squared on the bottom. And on the top, I could use, a box or whatever that you want to multiply it. But I also see that this is going to create a difference of squares here. So ends up being y squared minus x squared on the top. And that is my final simplified fraction. So on the second one here, a little bit different of a process. In this one, I'm going to rewrite a little bit bigger, y over x minus x over y over x plus x over y. On this one, I'm dealing with just this left side to simplify that first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the giant one to help me get rid of the little mini fractions in there. Because if I multiply xy to each of these, then all of these little denominators here should cancel out. So I'm going to go ahead and write it out and show the canceling real quick, and then we'll simplify it after. So now after simplifying that, again, this left side here, I've changed into this red expression right here. And now I still have to add 1. So I'm going to change that because I want to have a common denominator to be y squared plus x squared over y squared plus x squared. So that's equal to 1, and now I can just combine the tops because I have a common denominator. So adding on the top here, I have negative x squared plus a positive x squared, which will go away. Y squared plus y squared is 2y squared. And then my denominator here is still y squared plus x squared. And that's my single simplified fraction.